In the words of the late great Yankee Phil Rizzuto, holy cow! Meet Lucky, the two-faced calf. When Stan McCubbin first spotted the heifer calf on his Kentucky farm, he thought one of his cows had given birth to twins. He then looked again and realized that there were two faces, but they shared one body.
To get up you to our boat. Safety as possible, okay?
Greece is under pressure to care for a tide of unaccompanied refugee children, from babies to teenagers, arriving on its shores. The reason why so many are alone varies. Some of them have lost parents in conflict, others saw them die during the hazardous journey, others simply sent away alone to find a safer place. More than 3,700 unaccompanied refugee children have been registered in Greece within the first 6 months of this year, and many are scared in the camps.
Some of you out there may remember the Urban Shield exercise that was held in 2013 in Texas. It was actually carried out in various locations, and it looks like the new version of this drill, or this exercise, is being rolled out this year, and it is dubbed Big X 2016. Now this is going to go down November 11th through the 13th at numerous locations in North Texas. They say that this will be a 3-day event, and it will be a way for first responders to exercise tactical skills and response capabilities for an emergency situation.
Iran threatening to shoot down American military aircraft. 3 U.S. defense officials tell Fox News tonight over the weekend Iranian military warned 2 U.S. Navy plans to change course or risk being shot down. The planes were flying over international waters off Iran's coast. The officials say the U.S. pilots ignored the warning and continued on their mission.
A powerful typhoon slams into Taiwan, then China, leaving 2 people dead and dozens injured. High winds shattering windows on tall buildings, knocking down trees and causing a massive blackout. The typhoon, the strongest storm of its kind to make landfall in Taiwan in 21 years. And check out this video. The typhoon sends debris flying in Taiwan, knocking a man off of his motorbike. He appears to be okay, runs away, leaves his bike behind, and let's hope he got inside.
Wow. Next American president will have to deal with North Korea and new warnings about more nuclear tests. South Korean officials say the country could conduct another nuclear test at any time. As you might recall, the North carried out its 5th test last week, sparking concerns that the country is making progress with its nuclear and missile technology. Greg Palcott is live in London with more. Greg?
Jenna, you are absolutely right. The repercussions are still being felt from last week's nuclear test by rogue nation North Korea. Officials in Seoul today saying that Pyongyang might be getting ready a very dangerous replay of that test, pointing to new preparations that its intelligence community is seeing at a tunnel near the location of Friday's blast. This after North Korean state TV over the weekend blasted President Obama, calling him foolish for ignoring, in the words of the anchor, North Korea's strategic position as a nuclear state, which does not sound completely different, by the way, than Obama administration critics who say that the stated policy of strategic patience has allowed the young leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, to develop a serious nuclear threat. Now, along with the 5 nuclear tests that we have seen over the past few years and the development of nuclear warheads, which we've been watching just in the past year, also stepping up the administration there, long and medium-range missile tests. We saw 3 medium-range missile tests just last week. Finally, Jenna, one proactive move by the United States was rained out today. 2 B-1B bombers capable of carrying 24 nuclear warheads each were set to be flown from a U.S. base in the Philippines to South Korea today. And bad weather forced the pilots to change their plans and try again tomorrow.
3 Syrian men are now in custody after a terror raid takes place in Germany. Officials say that the men may be a part of ISIS and are suspected of entering that country via Turkey and Greece. Authorities say that they were being watched for months. Benjamin Hall is live in London with the latest. Benjamin, what do we know?
Hi, Heather. Well, there's long been a fear that ISIS fighters are hiding among refugees flooding out of the Middle East to either set up sleeper cells in Europe or perhaps carry out attacks. Well, that does now seem to be the case after the arrest of these three men aged 17, 18 and 26. Federal prosecutors say that they were sent by the terror group in November 2015, long before this morning's raid, which involves 200 officers at 6 locations, including at refugee shelters. Investigators believe that the three men had volunteered for the alleged ISIS mission and that the 17-year-old had even been trained in how to handle weapons and explosives while he was in Raqqa, the ISIS capital in Syria. Suspicions of the men were first raised months ago and they'd been under surveillance, including phone tapping, for weeks. Prosecutors claim that they arrived through Turkey and Greece, hidden among the refugees and using fake Syrian passports. They'd also been given cell phones loaded with pre-installed communication programs and even 4-figure cash sums in US dollars.